Hello. I decided to do my midterm on An Unquiet Mind by Kay Redfield Jamison, who had a bipolar dis- who has a bipolar disorder. And basically the whole story is about how her and her life struggles that she had with this disorder and illness. She didn't really begin to have any symptoms or have like an actual episode until she was 18. And then when she turned 18, she decided to enroll at the University of California, Los Angeles, and then she actually began studying psychology. She had all these mood cycles that she was facing, and she was just in denial that something was wrong with her. But she mainly did most of her work based off of people that were having the same disorder illness as her, and she didn't really accept what was going on until she almost took her own life. And she decided that she wanted to start the healing process. And then later on it talks about how she was going through the healing process and she was on medication. But yeah, so at the time it was called manic depressive illness when she was diagnosed with it, okay? But now we go into it as bipolar, and we do have a bipolar disorder, which is the symptoms is having manic phases. They may last weeks or months, and then also depressive phases that may last weeks or months. The Sorry, I keep adjusting because I am my voice keeps cracking. It's really dry right now. I haven't drank that much water today. But basically, bipolar 1 is with manic episodes, and then bipolar 2 is without manic episodes. And they're just depressed most of the day, nearly every day. They really don't have interest or don't want to do anything basically any day. They lose weight because they lose appetite, they lose sleep, um, they have no energy. And the manic episodes, like I said, they can last for a week or months, just depending on basically the person and how severe that it is. There's also hypomanic episode. It's very similar to a manic one, but not as intense. It's only lasts about 4 days, and it would be like you would be able to see that they're acting differently because they have like different moods. They're not sleeping at all, and they feel like they can do everything. Um, it 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 can also, like, when you have the manic episode, you can either have like the more depressed side, or you can have that energy and like fire to keep doing everything. You feel like you're invincible. You can take every single load that you somebody hands to you. Um, which actually reminds me, I watch Grey's Anatomy, and so in Grey's Anatomy, the Dr. DeLuca, his dad had manic depressive illness, and so him and his sister are like worried about that they may get it, and he starts to act like how his dad was acting, so they're getting worried, and he scares basically the whole hospital. And although he was right in some of the situations, they couldn't believe him because he was not getting any sleep. He was just doing everything that he thought that he could possibly do, and so then it scared people away. And I think I talked about it in one of the discussion posts if if it was for this class. But then um there is no cure for this disorder at all. There is ways to get help, and I've seen the most common, and I feel like this theory approach is the most common for a lot of disorders would be cognitive behavioral therapy, and that's just breaking down where it started, how to cope with it. And so I feel like in most cases when people have these disorders, like what can they do um, to try to get themselves to get out of bed? What can they do to bring themselves back from the episodes? And I feel like that would be, the episodes would be really hard to bring somebody back because of how long that they can actually last if they are bipolar 1, which in this case she was. There's behavioral therapy, which just is focusing on decreasing the stress that's in somebody's life. And then another one would be interpersonal therapy. This focuses on the relationship of the goals, which is reducing the strain that they have with the illness. And then I there's obviously more, but I think at the top of my head that's all I had. And there are several medications that can be taken with this, and it's also just based on how severe the illness is for that person and how they're responding to it, and age-wise too, I think has a huge factor in it. But that is all I have today. I know that bipolar disorder is bipolar disorder 1 is common, which it's actually very common in the United States. There's about 3 million per year that are diagnosed with this. And so I feel like I hope that and pray that we are able as soon to be counselors, therapists, to do the best that we can to help the people, our clients, with any disorder that they're having, so that we can bring them slightly back to normal and be able to live a life where they're not having to constantly not feel like themselves or fear what's going to happen or um, open up to substance abuse or alcoholism. And so I'm just praying that we are able to do something, even though it may be one person can always spread it, and then that person can spread it. So just like this virus that's happening right now. So I just want to encourage everybody while we're here that's struggling, if they are struggling, to know that God's in control of everything that's going on. And if we put all our faith in Him, anything is possible. So just put your faith in Him. Know that what you're doing in this field is going to make a difference. I hope you guys all have a blessed week. I am so excited to view everybody's videos and presentations and learn about the disorders that they did. Thank you guys. Have a great day.